I also have stopped hiking and biking, which means my thighs have gotten tiny. And they used to be pretty big. I'm also losing my hair. My cheeks are getting fatter. I have a perpetual razor burn line because I shave every day. My jaw is getting worse. I'm probably gonna have to go to a doctor about my jaw because it's talking more out of the corner of my mouth, and sometimes I wake up and I can barely eat because my jaw hurts so bad. I don't know what my problem is with my jaw. I'm really gonna have to figure that out. I'm losing my hair. I already said that, but it's important to me. I'm getting hairier as well.
So you're losing hair and getting hairier.
Yeah. Got the connectors now. I'm gonna be able to grow a full beard.
That's great. All right. Yeah, I had to get a rundown on that because it's been pretty funny to get your updates, I won't lie.
I was like, let's take a quick break. We gotta change out some batteries.
All right.
And people's taking a shower right now.
Yeah.
His hair.
Yeah, we just gotta get the last chunk. Like literally, I'm gonna go over this.
Sound
if we miss
speeds.
anything, might just ask you real fast Friday. If that's well, it'll be fast. It won't be
Okay.
anything really overwhelming.
Can you do your famous?
Alright. One more thing, I just needed you, before we move on to my last story here, I just need you to update me on your heart. Like, what exactly do you have to do out here?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, with my heart, I'm going to have to go to the hospital at least once to get an echocardiogram and an EKG. And they're going to send that to my cardiologist in Utah. Now, I really try not to let missionaries know, but it's something that you can feel. I do think it is getting a little worse. I think I have pushed myself a little bit too hard a few times during the mission, which I shouldn't have. And my stenosis is getting back to the point where you can hear it.
What do you mean by that? What exactly is a stenosis that you can hear it? What is that?
Stenosis means that a stenosis is where your aortic valve starts to tighten and it restricts the blood flow. And right after my open heart surgery, I started to gain a stenosis in my new valve, which was the problem with my old valve. But after a year, it stopped, which is interesting because it goes right in line with when I started doing what was right. But that's another story. And really, like, it started going bad a little bit when I had my weightlifting class, and so I stopped. And I don't know what happened during the mission, but it's getting a little worse.
Do you worry about it?
No, I don't worry about it at all. It's there's just a perspective of a missionary in this mission that I respect a lot. Lost his mother in a freak accident while he was on a mission, and the next transfer he got called as his own leader. And he just has been so strong. It was actually the training the transfer that his mom passed away as well. And, you know, I really thought a lot about it. And on the mission, you have the Spirit 24/7. And my condition's not even that bad. Like, worst case scenario, freak accident, I'm in the 5% of the people that die during the surgery, and I die. I know where I'm going if I do what's right. And also, worst case scenario, I'll probably just need a a new heart valve 5 years before they thought, and not be able to exercise as hard 2 years before they thought. You know, it's a reality of life, and it's something that you learn to deal with. It's not happy, but it's a reality of life. There's nothing I can do to change it, and worrying about it just makes me worry.
So, are you kind of wondering what you're going to get out of that next EKG then?
I am wondering a little bit about it. I have a feeling that it's a little bit worse than it used to be. I've experienced arrhythmia a few times, which could just be stress related. Probably it's just stress related, but arrhythmia is never really a good sign. It's not really a bad sign either, though.
When's the next time you get a EKG then?
I'm gonna get an EKG whenever I go to the hospital, whenever I have time.
Well, I've heard there's kind of a situation right now too, where you can't necessarily do it right now if you wanted to.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, it was the
Insurance.
thing.
Oh, right. And so I'm probably not gonna be able to go to the hospital until next year anyway because of insurance. So.
Can you explain the insurance?
Yeah, just
thing
kind of.
that how you had to have insurance to go on a mission because the church would provide it.
Well, the church, wisely, because they have to pay everything out of pocket, has a rule that they won't provide for pre-existing medical conditions. And my mom's works insurance company is ran by a person who's not a very big fan of the LDS Church. So there's a clause in it where it nullifies missionaries. And so in order to go on a mission, I had to switch insurance companies to my father's, which we had to wait to the end of the year for. It would have been incredibly expensive. And so that's the biggest reason that I didn't leave in October. I left in February.
The insurance is the reason why you pretty much had to leave, right?
Yep.
And now you have to almost wait almost to your year mark to find out if wow. You're at, I don't know. So you right now you sound like you're just kind of like, whatever happens happens. Is what the feeling I'm getting from you. Is that pretty accurate?
Yeah. And honestly, I could just be misjudging the situation. But yeah. And so, my dad's insurance isn't the best. No one's insurance right now is very good. But it's ran out of premium, and so I'm gonna have to wait until next year in order to go to the hospital without the hospital visit being incredibly expensive. And so, with all of the bad things that people say about our current president, the one thing I am happy about him doing is making it impossible for me to lose health insurance. Because if it wasn't for that, if I didn't get a job that provided it for me, I probably would become uninsurable if I ever lost health insurance. And that would mean I'd either have to pay a small fortune to get an open heart surgery again, or I'd die, which wouldn't happen. I'd be able to find a way. There's a member in our ward that got a free open heart surgery because it was done at a university hospital. But it's still just not the best situation.
Does that run in the back of your mind while you're working and while you do some of this stuff?
Nothing runs in the back of my mind when I'm working. I try, at least. I try to lose everything.
Alright. Last but not least, our moving on story.
All right. It's the best part. Let's take off the shoes and get to work.
The part you've been waiting for. Let me make sure